Okay, we are going to find the product. Now, what does that mean? I've got two numbers and I'm going to find the product. That means I'm going to multiply. I'm going to multiply 254.8 times 3.2. Now, the way I do this, one of the questions is, do I need to line up the decimals? And the answer to that is no, absolutely not. But so the way I do this is I just look at these digits, 254.8, and I just write them as if there were no decimal, or better yet, as if the decimal were right here, like there's a whole number. And I'm going to multiply that times 32, as if the decimal is right here. Now, I realize that the decimal is not there. I'm just kind of pretending. It's almost as if the decimal is not there at all. So let's just remove that decimal for the moment so it doesn't confuse us. Okay, so I'm just going to multiply, and I'm going to multiply that 2 times that 8, and 2 times 8 is 16. Now, granted, 2 times 8 is 16, but remember what we do is we write down the 6, and we take this 1, and we put it up here. We call carry the 1. Okay, then I multiply 2 times 4, and that is 8, but then remember I got to get that 1, so I carry my 1. So 2 times 4 is 8, plus 1 is 9. Then I continue, and 2 times 5, that is 10. I'll write down my 0 and carry my 1. And 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5. Okay, now I'm getting ready to multiply this next digit here. Well, if the decimal right here, it would be, that 3 would be in the tens place. So that's really not 3, it's 3 tens. So I'm going to start with a 0, and then proceed just multiplying 3 times 8. 3 times 8 is 24. So I'm going to write down my 4 and carry my 2. And 3 times 4 is 12, plus 2 is 14. Carry my 1. And 3 times 5 is 15, plus 1 is 16. Carry my 1. And 3 times 2 is 6, plus 1 is 7. Now, at this point, I'm going to add up these digits that I wrote in columns. 6 plus 0 is 6. 9 plus 4 is 13. Carry my 1. And 1 plus 4 is 5. And 5 plus 6 is 11. Carry my 1. And 1 plus 7 is 8. Okay. Now, if this were, well, let me back up. Let me clean this up a little bit. Let's make this a little bit cleaner, get some of this stuff out of the way. And let's think about this. If this were 2,548 times 32, then my answer would be 81,536. However, we go back up here, and in this original number, this is not 2,548. Well, it kind of is, but we're divided by 10. So I need to get my decimal in the right place. I put it back over here by dividing by 10. So in my answer, now this is where it's important. We've got to get the decimal in the right place. So in my answer, I'm going to divide by 10. Okay? And this other number over here, 3.2, I looked at it like it was 32, but it's really not. It's 32 divided by 10. So in my answer, I'm going to divide by 10 again and put my decimal right here. So really, 254.8 times 3.2 is 815.36. It's very important that you get that decimal in the right place. Okay, again, we're asked to find the product of these two numbers, which means we take these two numbers and we multiply them. So I'm going to rewrite some things, ignoring the decimal, just like I did in the previous movie. So it's 1, 4, 9, 5, 7 times 6, 2. And I'm just going to start multiplying. Well, 2 times 7 is 14, carry my 1. And 2 times 5 is 10, plus 1 is 11, carry my 1. And 2 times 9 is 18, plus 1 is 19, carry my 1. And 2 times 4 is 8, plus 1 is 9. And then 2 times 1 is 2. Okay, now I'm going to get my eraser out and clean this stuff up, get all these digits up here out of the way. And now I'm going to start multiplying this second digit. But as we explained in the other movie, that is 6 tens. It's in the tens place at the moment. So I'm going to start out with a 0 because that's really 60, or 6 tens. Then I just proceed and multiply 6 times 7, and that is 42, carry my 4. And 6 times 5 is 30, plus 4 is 34, carry my 3. And 6 times 9 is 54, plus 3 is 57, carry my 5. And 6 times 4 is 24, plus 5 is 29, carry my 2. And 6 times 1 is 6, plus 2 is 8. Okay, so I'm done with the multiplying. Now I add these digits that got written in columns. 4 plus 0 is 4. 1 plus 2 is 3. 9 plus 4 is 13. Carry my 1. 1 plus 9 is 10. Plus 7 is 17. Carry my 1. That 1 and that 9, that's 10. Plus 2 is 12. Carry my 1. And 1 plus 8 is 9. Okay, so if this were 14,957 times 62, our answer would be 927,334. Okay, but this was not 62. It was 62 divided by 10. So I get my decimal in the right place. So I got to divide by 10. So in my answer, I have to divide by 10. Okay, and this was not 14,957. It was 14,957 divided by 10. So we got to get that decimal in the right place. And I got my decimal in the right place here by dividing by 10. And so in my answer, I'm going to divide by 10. And there's the real answer, 9,273.34. Find the product. That means multiply. We're going to multiply 0.5 times 36.14. Now, before I get knee-deep into this, the reason I did these numbers is because I want to stop and just show you something that I want this to make some sense, and I need you to have confidence in what we're doing. 0.5 is the same thing as 1/2. 5/10, that's 1/2. And think about it like this. Multiplying, the English word for multiply is the word of. Whenever you see the word of, that means multiply. So think about this. 1/2 of 36. Half of 36 is 18. And half of 14 is 7. Well, that's 14/100ths. Half of that would be 7/100ths. Okay, so it's just a way of thinking about things. Now let's see if we can achieve the same thing with the idea of multiplying decimals. Okay, so I'm going to put this over here. We kind of already know what the answer is just by thinking of it like that, 18.07. Now I'm going to clean this stuff up, and let's see if it works just by multiplying decimals the way we did a moment ago. Okay, so I'm going to write that longer number up top. It really doesn't matter when you're multiplying. So 3614 times 5. Multiplying. All right. 5 times 4 is 20. Carry my 2. 5 times 1 is 5, plus 2 is 7. And 5 times 6 is 30. Carry my 3. And 5 times 3 is 15 plus 3 is 18. Okay, now, so far it looks like we've got the same digits. Now, if this were 3,614 times 5, then our answer would be 18,070. However, right now, this was not 5, it was 5 divided by 10. See? 5 divided by 10 is 0.5. So on my answer, I've got to divide by 10. Okay, nor was this 3,614. 3,614 divided by 10 again, that's 100. So I'm going to divide by 100 in my answer. There's 10, and 10 again is 100. So my decimal is actually right there, just like we said earlier up here. So the answer is 18.07.